Now, on the start of this race, I saw something very interesting. Tyler Reddick chose the outside.
Yep. It's a good move.
I didn't think it was a good move until I saw them go into turn one.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that is a good move. But so it was definitely interesting to see those restarts. We didn't see anyone go into the heartburn turn very hard, which that's kind of one of the staples of it, which is interesting. Keselowski misses the chicane and fails to stop and gets a pass-through penalty. Tyler Reddick ends up winning stage one. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, great, I'm going to get another text message from John.
Yeah.
My gosh. But hey, my pick got close there too.
Who was your pick?
Bush.
Oh, yeah, but then he fell way off.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he said it himself. It was him. I think he basically said he just kind of fell out of the seat. So, let's see here. Bell and Daniel Suarez lead the field going into stage two. Chase Elliott takes the lead quickly into stage two. Caution comes out right before the end of stage two after contact between Corey LaJoie and Josh Bilicki at the exit of pit road. So they were racing hard off of pit road right there, and
it's tight.
Yeah, it is.
It's a 90-degree turn. I mean, you're making a hard left. So,
like in iRacing, like usually when you're racing in iRacing or when you're racing these cars, you don't really have to go much more than this right here or anything. But when you're pulling out of the pits, you're having to you're
fully
turning
cranking.
the wheel.
Yeah.
Let's see here. With stage two ending, Denny Hamlin advances to the round of 8. Chase Elliott ended up winning stage 2. Kyle Busch leads the field to stage 3. At this point, I'm thinking I'm going to text you. I called it. You
forgot it. But you forgot about one of the best road course racers in the series, Mr. AJ Allmendinger. Justin Allmendinger?
Why did I write Justin?
Well, who is Justin Allmendinger?
I don't know.
AJ.
I think I was thinking about Justin Allgaier or something.
Oh, probably.
Because I was writing a bunch of notes. And
gotcha.
Yeah. But AJ Allmendinger takes the lead. Caution out with 34 to go. Denny Hamlin loses the rear end, and Mike Rockefeller hits him.
Good.
I don't know. I was about to say, I don't know if you saw the crowd shots, but I don't think I've seen that many people that happy to see someone spin out. So that was definitely interesting. Gibbs and Allmendinger lead the field to green with 31 to go. Caution back out after the 43 goes around and collects the 34, which I thought was kind of funny. 43, 34. Bet green, 27 to go. Allmendinger and Gibbs still lead. Caution back out with 25 to go after Andy Lally spins going into turn 1. Bet green on lap 22. Allmendinger leads Gibbs. Suarez turns Cindric into Wallace. No caution. Caution does come out with 15 to go. Christopher Bell makes contact with Suarez in turn 8. Bet green with 13 to go. Allmendinger leads. Caution quickly back out after Ricky Stenhouse catches fire.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah. That was... They got to figure something out. They've been a lot better with this. But
it's not as bad as like last year, but still.
This car was shooting flames. Literally out of the exhaust. It was a fireball. Like, it looked like a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Out of and the whole inside of the car caught fire.
Yeah, so that's definitely interesting. I was surprised on how calm he was when he got out. It looked like he was more or less just pissed off that he was out of the race.
It's like, come on.
Oh well.
Totino's pizzas.
Yeah, he burnt the pizza rolls. Allmendinger and Busch go back green with 10 to go. The field stays green. AJ Allmendinger gets his win at the Charlotte Roval. A very emotional win for him.
100%.
He very much wears his emotions out on his sleeves, and he's kind of one of my favorite drivers for that because he doesn't hold back and he's not scared to give his true opinion about stuff. And yeah, and I remember when he was also very excited when he won in Nashville in the Xfinity Series, and he got asked the same question both times, and he's just like, what does this win mean to you? And he's just like, you never know when you're going to win another one.
Exactly.
So yeah, it is going to be interesting. And after that, Busch, Chastain, Wallace, and Brad Keselowski are eliminated.
I think that was our picks, weren't it? I think those were the 4 that we chose.
Those were your picks. I picked Busch going out and both 2311 drivers.
Oh,
going
Reddick.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
Reddick.
But
yeah.
Speaking of 2311, I have this theory, okay? I've been looking on social media, NASCAR social media, all right? And if you look at, we're going to talk about football just for a second here, okay? If you look at a lot of sports social media, especially in the NFL, around one team, the Kansas City Chiefs, we're not seeing much Kansas City Chiefs news. Do you know what we're seeing? Taylor Swift news. And I feel like, I'm going to say this, Michael Jordan is the Taylor Swift of NASCAR right now. Because we see a lot more about Michael Jordan than we do about 2311.
Yeah, I mean, it is the greatest basketball player of all time, arguably. The most influential basketball player of all time, arguably, depending on who you ask. I'd agree with that. It was actually funny. There was, it was me and I think all my iRacing friends. We were talking about specifically what is the equivalent of Taylor Swift to NASCAR, and I don't really know if there was one, but I think there is one. I mean, he has a little bit more stake in the game versus Taylor Swift, but I think, Michael Jordan, 100%. I mean, you have Pitbull with,
but here's the thing.
House.
I've only seen Pitbull at one race, and it was Daytona last year.
Yeah. My MJ's there every week.
Yes, that's one thing, because he grew up in the Charlotte area.
Yeah, he's actually, he was a big NASCAR fan, which I didn't know about. Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. I remember learning about that. He was a massive NASCAR fan, and he's at every race. So, I mean, it's good to see that. It's good to see that he is invested into his business. Yeah, that's what I really like.
I agree.
And yeah, so that's really cool. Predictions for Vegas. Vegas, a big race, because I think
huge race.
The last 3 or 4 years, the person who has won Las Vegas has gone on to win a championship.
Really? Oh, didn't know that.
So I already know your pick. But yeah, so let's.
It's backed by stats.
It is backed by stats, and I'll give you that. And I'm not gonna lie. I think I might have the same pick as you.
When you lead 176 laps in the previous race, you got to be the favorite, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely interesting. But yeah, let's so let's look at the playoffs. What we're kind of expecting, 4 get eliminated, 4 move on. That's what we're looking at right here.
Yep.
And the big question is, it's who? Who's it going to be? Actually, this just came out today. Legacy Motor Club adds Matt Kenseth hires Matt Kenseth as their competition advisor. So
I think it's a good move. They got JJ.
Yeah.
They got Matt. Legacy Motor Club, it kind of plays into the name a little
bit.
Yeah,
Matt Kenseth is one of those guys who, I don't know if he ever won a championship. I think he won one.
I think he did.
But,
he won one.
But he's one of those dudes. It's kind of like a Dale Earnhardt Jr. He might not have the numbers, but his presence alone is exciting about him.
Yep.
But yeah, let's see here. We got that. I just saw that. But yeah, let's look at the standings here real quick. William Byron leads both current driver and playoff standings. So right now, as it stands, going into Vegas, William Byron, top of the board, 20 points above the cut line. Martin Truex, second with 15 points above the cut line. Martin Truex, I don't know how he's gotten into the playoffs.
It's crazy. His results are awful. I don't think he's finished higher than 15th.
I don't know if he has either. I know he has one DNF, but I do know this. I saw this stat today. Do you know what the average finish for William Byron was last round out of those 3 races?
No.
1.99. He won.
Because he won.
Won Texas, second at Dega,
and
second at No, it was second.
Second.
It was second. It was the 3rd race.
That's wild.
Yeah, so that was interesting. Denny Hamlin, funny enough, plus 11 to the cut line. Kyle Larson, plus 3 to the cut line. Now we get below the line, below the cut. Chris Buescher, -3. Christopher Bell, -8. Tyler Reddick, -8. Ryan Blaney, -10. And I'm going to be 100% honest right now. I would not be surprised if it stays like this.
I'm right there with you, because if you look at the next 3 tracks, you got Vegas, you got Homestead, you got Martinsville, and the one driver that I think we need to keep on the radar, okay, so let's actually back this up a little bit. So your 4 picks are Byron, Truex, Hamlin, Larson for the championship, right?
Those are my picks right now. Yep.
I am flipping one.
Okay.
It's going to be Byron.
Okay.
It's going to be Larson.
Okay.
Actually, maybe flipping 2.
Oh.
Christopher Bell.
Well, yeah, maybe. I forgot about him.
I gotta say,
he's one of those clutch drivers like Martinsville. Like last year we saw going into the Roval, he was in a must-win situation, won the race. Going into Martinsville, must-win situation, he won the race. So that's a very valid guess. He knows when to get the job done.
And then with Martin Truex's finishes, I would say him, but he's better at mile and a halves.
I think you actually had him being eliminated last round.
I did. I just couldn't see how he could make it in, but he obviously did. I got to go Byron, Larson, Hamlin, Christopher Bell. I think those are my top 4 because Hamlin's going to be good at Vegas. Hamlin's going to be good at a Homestead. Hamlin's going to do what he has to do at Martinsville. Not going to have to worry about Chastain at all. But
I wish we did. That was amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. Do you know the YouTuber Slap Shoes?
No, I actually don't.
Okay, well he's one of those guys on YouTube who just kind of posts whatever he wants.
Okay.
And but a majority of his content is NASCAR content.
Okay.
But he also posts some stuff, some World War II or some history stuff as well, which, I'm a little bit of a history buff.
Cool.
But he posted a video a few days ago called The Hail Melon. And it's a video kind of about that. And it's a very interesting video. He's really good at making his videos cinematic, but Slap Shoes, he spells it really weird, but let me see if I can actually find how he spells it.
I have it S1APSH0ES.
Yes, that's him. And so, yeah, he has a video about that, and it's very interesting. He also has a big number of other videos as well, which I find very, very, very interesting.
Huh.
But yeah, so definitely recommend going to watch him. But yeah, he has a great video. If you don't know what the Hail Melon is, go check that out. Yeah, but yeah, so you're Martin, or so Truex is out, and who's in?
So yeah, Byron, Hamlin, Larson, Bell, which means Buescher, Truex, Reddick, and Blaney are out.